Let's get this video started, man. Because Diddy out of control. There's something going on. We got to talk about this. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. You see that like right there? Smash the like button, y'all. It ain't going to hurt or cost you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Share this video on all platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and try to get your membership. Team Smoke, get your badge. You know what I mean? But I don't know if y'all know what's going on. But Keefe D was in court. Prosecutors brought Diddy name up 77 times. They really felt like Diddy had something to do with the Tupac situation. Made Tupac rest in peace. Know what I mean? One of the greats. And I felt like, allegedly, and everything we speak on over here is alleged, I felt like Diddy had something to do with it also. Now, Keefe D actually bring up the $1 million bag. That's the big question. Big Gene brought this up about the $1 million bag that's supposed to be on Tupac. They bring up old head Zip. We're going to get to him. He's an old head nigga from New York City. Big time nigga, passed away a couple years ago. But that was the one that actually Keefe D had a conversation with, was Zip. Zip Martin. Von Zip. If y'all know what Von Zip is, go do your research. He's from New York. Keefe saying he had a conversation with Von Zip about this whole Tupac situation. Von Zip ended up dipping off with the $1 million, allegedly, and everything we speak on is alleged. That was the story back then. But they brought it up again, and this time prosecutors keep bringing up Diddy 77 times. We got to talk about this, so we got to go through these videos. We got to react to these clips because this is crazy, and I've been said it. Somehow, some way, Diddy gonna get tired of either the Biggie situation or Pac situation. Allegedly, he might have something to do with both. Who is we to say? Everything I speak on is alleged. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, share this video. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. Clips and videos I play are also owned by the original creators. So if y'all don't know what's going on, let's go to Keefe D, one of his court appearances today, though. Let's get to it. Then we're going to see the article where they say that the prosecutors actually brought up Diddy name 77 times. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
They're not only ugly on our side, but they're ugly on their side, too.
Dwayne Keefe D. Davis lashing out at prosecutors during another hearing about releasing him on bail.
And you just use something in the boxes. They just use something in the boxes. From 1996.
Those boxes contain a 2006 interview from a gang member who prosecutors say implicates Davis in Shakur's murder.
He makes that statement 2 years before any confession the defendant ever made.
But speaking out of turn, Davis says he believes those boxes came from retired LAPD detective Greg Kading, who interviewed Davis as part of the investigation into the death of rapper Notorious B.I.G. In a recorded interview, Davis told Kading what happened in Shakur's case, believing he would have immunity.
The boxes should not be allowed. They've been at his house for 15 years, and he's doing interviews, going in the boxes.
Well, Tuesday's
Hold up, we're not done. We got one more clip. Then we're going to react to a couple little things about the money and all that, because this is crazy. And I keep telling people, this is 25 years and plus over already since the situation happened. It's about 27 years already, man. Everybody know Diddy ain't like Pac. Everybody know, man, listen, I got old videos. Go check my old videos out with the Diddy and the Pac, Keefe D, all that, whatever. I got a couple of those. Pause. But my thing is, I've been trying to tell people this. The Pac and Biggie beef wasn't on Pac and Biggie. It was always Pac and Puff. That was the beef. That was always the beef between them. It's just Biggie was the artist, so Biggie got to ride with Puff. That part. But Pac and they never liked each other, bro. Never. Never. Y'all got to remember, Pac been in the game early. Diddy came in the game early. Uptown Records. We talking real early 90s now. Diddy was the A&R, Uptown Records, doing what he got to do to grind and all that. How you think he got Bad Boy Records, allegedly? He got it from Von Zip and all the big timers. They loaned him some money. He built up Bad Boy. Rest in peace to his best friend, Wolf, too. Do y'all research on Wolf. He put in on Bad Boy. That's how Bad Boy came up, and including the money that Uptown gave him. Andre Harrell and all them. Let's continue, though.
Well, Tuesday's hearing centered on that new evidence. The main reason was Davis's bail, the judge denying Davis's first attempt over concerns the man putting up the more than $112,000 was really a middleman. She also said she was concerned Davis could profit off the alleged crime, but Davis's attorney says no law prevents that until a person is convicted.
Right now, his son, myself, even he can enter into a contract with any media entity and make money on this case.
That's the reason why they don't want to give him a bail. Do me a favor. Y'all see that like? Hold up before we continue. Smash that like button. Do me that favor, y'all. It's free. It ain't going to hurt or cost you. Share this video on all platforms. Subscribe to the channel. So y'all see what's going on. They don't want to give him the bail. Now, remember a couple of weeks ago, if y'all been catching up on the situation with Keefe D and all that, Whack 100 tried to bail him out. That's the middleman they talking about. Remember when Whack 100 came on, went on Adam 22, went on the clubhouse and all this, was like, yo, I'm going to bail Keefe out, whatever. Everybody was like, yo, you just doing it for money. That's why they bringing that up. Because they found out who the hell Whack 100 was. That's why they say, oh, he's a middleman. And if we let Keefe go, he gonna basically make profit out of this. They don't want him to do that no more. They done with that. But for the prosecutors to bring up Diddy name 77 times is crazy. Ordering a hit of the rapper Tupac Shakur. Let's get to that part right there. In the documents of the prosecutions, claims Keefe flew out to New York City to discuss a conspiracy to kill legendary rapper. At the time, he met with Zip. That's the dude. Now, this is the guy I'm breaking up, Zip. We're going to get to the clip. You're going to see his face and all that. At the time, he met up with Zip. Met with Zip while acting undercover. Now, they're trying to say Keefe D was an undercover at this time because of the charges that he caught, the trafficking charge and all that. Let's go back. At the time he met with Zip while acting undercover, Mr. Martin Zip greeted the defendant, Keefe D, excitedly, and they had a social conversation. The court papers claim Mr. Martin indicted that he was out of business, meaning that Zip was basically telling Keefe that, yo, he ain't in the streets no more. And the drug activities with it, he told him to go meet it with his nephews, but directed him to conduct his drug activities with his nephew, allegedly. Thereafter, the defendant, Mr. Martin, socialized at Mr. Martin's restaurant for several hours. Keefe D claimed Diddy offered $1 million for killing. Keefe D allegedly served the police informant for years after being caught trafficking a large amount of drugs, according to new court documents by Jasmine Brand. Shout out to Jasmine Brand. In doing so, he allegedly attempted to claim Diddy offered him $1 million in exchange for Tupac murder, allegedly. Now, this is what's going on right now. He says the money was paid out to Eric Zip Martin. I'm going to let that marinate for y'all right quick and let that sit right there. Pause. I'm going to let that marinate. If y'all don't think Diddy ain't got nothing to do with this, allegedly, y'all bugged out. That's all I'm going to say. Now, they saying Diddy allegedly was a bag on Pop. And there's been rumors for like I said, man, this shit been going on for 27 years, man. Everybody know goddamn well, allegedly, that Diddy had something to do with alleged. Everything we speak on is alleged with the Tupac situation. He wanted Tupac, he wanted him knocked off. He ain't want him here no more. Tupac was going to destroy his career. What we talking about here? Everybody know that. If Tupac was alive, you think Diddy would be the Diddy that he is? Nope. Let's continue, though. Let's go to some old clips since y'all think I'm bluffing about this $1 million thing. Let's go to Big Gene. Now, we all know Big Gene been saying the same goddamn story since what, 1999, 2000? Since Big passed away, since he been running around doing what he doing with this. Never changed his story, though. Never. Might have slipped up a little bit here and there, because you got to understand, when you're repeating the same goddamn story, man, you're getting older. So your memory going to go off just a little bit. But Gene been on pause for like decades. He never off on his stories, man. Never. Continue saying the same stories, always be on point, always. Same things. He'll throw his little 2 cents in there, his opinions. That's what people forget too. Everybody be thinking, yo, how the hell he know everything? No, he throw his little opinions in there on certain situations that way he was at. During that whole situation with the West and the East Coast situation. Especially around Biggie. Because, you know, his main story is about Biggie Smalls and Diddy had something to do, allegedly, with something to do with Biggie. But we talking about Tupac here, so Tupac, rest in peace. But let's get straight to it. Do me a favor. Y'all see that like? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
Keefe D had everybody thinking that he was given a proffer agreement. And we come to find out he was never given a proffer agreement. That the Las Vegas Police Department is not using anything that was told by Greg Kading. But here we got the New York Times and everybody quoting him when his own agency would not use the information he brought to them to bring anybody to justice. What we need to do, and I've said it this before, you always follow the money. You mentioned that Puff said that he was going to give somebody $1 million. I told you I seen a check for $1 million. Zip pulled it out of his right back pocket and showed it to us. He told us for a record company. The record company was tied to Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henchman, Blackground Records. So why did he give Zip $1 million? Show where he earned $1 million for a record company.
Exactly. And that's the situation Keefe D is bringing up. He's been bringing up since back in the past. Nah, but why Keefe D talked about the big situation? Because he thought he was gonna get, he thought he wasn't gonna get involved in this shit no more. Y'all seen it, y'all seen the news clip. But with the Tupac situation, he like, nah, hold up. Nah, y'all bugging. I ain't got that. Listen. Why you think they blame it on the dead? They blamed it on Orlando Anderson. Keefe D. Y'all gotta go back. Go back to memory lane. Let this marinate a little bit. When Keefe got locked up, that's when everything started coming out. Pause. That's when he started talking about the Tupac situation. He started talking about, oh, yeah, Orlando ass because he got caught up in a goddamn drug trafficking charge. What we talking about here? So what they doing now? And we talking about then there 10 years ago, 15 years ago when he did this. Blamed it on the dead. He blamed it on Orlando. There was already rumors allegedly that Orlando did it because of all the things that we seen in the early 2000s, late 90s. Yeah, Orlando Anderson. We seen the video of Tupac and them beating Orlando allegedly in Vegas. But my thing is, Orlando was still alive, running around. Y'all forgot about that until he got knocked off. And he didn't get knocked off of the Tupac situation. He got knocked off of I think he met up. It was a drug meet, alleged. It was a connect or something like that. And the shootout rang down. But everybody in California always say Orlando ain't had nothing to do with it. Big Dre was just bragging about it. That's the big black dude that he was in the back seat with Orlando. What we talking about here? So then Keefe D actually was the one that actually allegedly knocked off Tupac? We don't know. That's the crazy part about this whole goddamn conspiracy about the Tupac situation. Because there was 4 niggas in the car, and we don't know who really knocked off Tupac. We really don't know. Suge didn't even get hit. Allegedly, Puss got hit in the head. Come on, now. He would have had that bullet still a hole in his head. To this day, that nigga ain't got nothing on his head. Ain't no graze or nothing. What we talking about here? Let's hear what Tupac brother had to say, though, when Diddy actually called him. Now, this Tupac brother that's talking about when Diddy called him, like, yo, I ain't nothing to do with this, Let's hear what he had to say.
The boy Puffy called me, though. Puffy called me back in the day. Shout out to the boy Puffy called me, though. Puffy called me back in the day. Shout out to Big Boy. He hit me up. He was like, yo, man, you know, Puffy, see, they want to talk to you about the whole situation about your brother. He's like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's, you know, I know who you are, but we never met. And I just want to call you man to man, let you know that I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's death. And, you know, especially back then, I wanted all the information I could get.
Yeah, that sounds like a guy that's guilty, man. Him calling you trying to plead his innocence. It's just too many attachments to Diddy, man. At some point, you got to start looking like, yo, what's going on? I mean, when Tupac got shot at Quad, you know, they was talking about Diddy. When Tupac got killed in Vegas, they was talking about Diddy. At some point, man, you got to start looking at them like, yo, what's going on, yo?
Exactly. At some point, we got to start looking, just like the dude asked him. We got to start looking at Diddy like, what's going on here? Did you have something to do with Quad? Because the real story is that Pac owned Jimmy Henchman, allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged. That's the real story. Anybody know the real story from back in the days of Jimmy Henchman, the Haitian Jack and them niggas? Them niggas wasn't playing no games with these rappers. What are we talking about here? Why you think Pac got set up in that hotel room? Who was in that hotel room with that fee? Haitian Jack was there because they thought they was going to profit mad money off the female doing what she did to Pac. Why you think when Pac came home to death row, go back to Pac? If y'all real Pac fans, remember when he dissed Haitian Jack and all that? Who y'all think he talking about? He talking about the nigga that set him up in a hotel with the female when Pac had to go upstate. Y'all got to go back, man. They've been trying to set up Pac for years. Going back to the Quad Studio. Quad Studio, he allegedly had, or supposed to have owned Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack, but they said Jimmy Henchman. Y'all heard that name before, right? With the 50 Cent, the game. He used to manage on game. Jimmy Henchman's locked up right now. That's another story. But allegedly, Tupac supposed to have owed him money. Big ain't never had nothing to do with this. It was all Puff, because Puff was a soft. Y'all got to understand, niggas went to Puff because they knew Pac was on his way to Quad. That's Jimmy Henchman, them niggas. That wasn't nobody else, man. The reason why he blamed Big, because Big is... Let's get to this part, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
Pac knew Big ain't had nothing to do with that Quad Studio, and he know Big was no king of New York or none of that shit. I believe that, and I know from what Big was telling me that he knew Pac and Puff hated each other. That put more of a battery in Puff back about Pac, and Pac mad at Big, and he mad the fact that Big went on and signed and was with Puff like that. Pac told Big not to fuck with him, but Big told me, this verbatim, I can't be mad at Diddy because he showed me how to get money. So the same formula that Puff used on Big, Big used on his own artists.
Big ain't had nothing to do with the Quad. That was all Diddy, allegedly. Diddy knew Pac was coming in. Why you think this beef is starting, man? This beef been going on for years. Why you think, hey, man, listen, this nigga had a... Hold up. Y'all think I'm playing over here. I'm going to let this marinate too, because Gene talked about this situation, but I'm going to show y'all the picture. Hold up. Give me 1 second, gang. Let me show y'all the picture right quick. Should have already had it up here. Where is that? Bingo. There you go. Now, listen. A lot of chicks that Diddy smashed, man, Pac smashed them before. And Gene going to talk about this. It's like Diddy was obsessed over Pac, bro. Now, this is one of Diddy's BMs right here. Pac been messed with her back then. What we talking about in 95? Before she got with Diddy. Y'all see that up top there, right? Yeah, exactly. Now, let's go to Gene when he talking about the obsession that Diddy had over Pac. That's when Pac came home, Pac was like, boy, I'm on you. You know you soft. That's why he told Big, man, you better not sign with that nigga. Wasn't there a rumor back in the days, not so long ago, early 2000, mid 2000, whatever y'all want to talk about, when Gene actually put it in the air also, saying that Pac and Puff, they been knew each other, but all of a sudden they beefed just because Puff was doing a lot of slime ball stuff, a lot of grimy. Y'all get what I'm saying? Exactly. So when that New York shit happened in Quaz, nigga, that put the icing on the cake. That's what Pac said, boy, nah, you out of control. You almost got my life took in that damn studio. Big ain't had nothing to do with that. Why you think Little Caesar was a young ass kid at that time? Why you think Little Caesar would say, man, we ain't had nothing to do with that, man. We seen Pop, we embrace Pop. Not Puff.
I stayed with
Session so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used.
You know how the Grammys used to be, all straight looking folks with suits, everybody looking tired, no surprises. We tired of that. We need something different, something new. We need to shock the people.
We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports.
Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly, he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac shirt. Who's obsessed with who?
And let me tell you something. After that, rest in peace, Kim Porter. She was out of here. Now, I mean, rest in peace, Kim Porter, because that's still a mystery. But y'all see Kim Porter. She had a Tupac shirt on. And this is right before she passed away. This is about, what, a year or two right before she passed away? Might have been earlier. Right before she passed away, they went to some old red carpet thing, Grammy award. Award show or something. It was one of them award shows, and y'all see her right there. You can Google it, you'll see it. You don't think Puff felt, man, Puff probably felt crazy, but he can't tell Kim what to do. Because at that time, they in bad terms. They in a toxic relationship. Kim was throwing out subliminal message. Let me tell y'all something. This is her baby daddy. This is her husband. Why would she wear a Tupac shirt on a red goddamn carpet with him? You know goddamn well he probably wanted to go crazy on it. But she looking at him like, nigga, I wish you would. But I'm gonna throw a subliminal out there. She wore the Tupac shirt. If that don't tell you, bro, like, come on, man. She knows something too. Like Gene said, she probably was obsessed over Pop back in the day, but she couldn't get her hands on Pop.
The same people that Puffy, Biggie, and Bad Boy was using as protection when they came to LA, it's the same people that just happened to get into a fight with Tupac in Vegas. To me, man, that's a hell of a coincidence, man.
Let me tell you something about that part, and I hope y'all heard that. The same people that knocked off Tupac was the security of Puffy also. And I'm gonna tell you about the situation with Orlando Anderson. It seemed like, let me tell you something. If the $1 million situation is true that the prosecutors brought up 77 times in the goddamn court, that Diddy had something to do with Tupac's situation, allegedly, and everything we speak on is alleged over here. But it's too much. You got Big G. You got so many people that saying that Diddy didn't like on Pop. Everybody know that. There's records, bro. There's people saying this. So if the $1 million is true, Orlando Anderson was there as a mannequin. He knew Tupac was coming in the building. Get what I'm saying right? Let this marinate. When you do a setup allegedly, you set it up nicely. You got to remember, this is the biggest rapper of all time. So what they do is they already had an altercation about the chain situation that happened in the mall, right? Orlando Anderson snatched somebody's chain and all that. Let's get to that part. They knew Pop was going to be in that building. Somehow, some way, don't ask me. I don't know. But what's the perfect way by Orlando? Sit there. When Pop come, they're going to see you. But my thing is, why the hell they let Pop rush him? Why the bodyguards? Why other niggas ain't rush Orlando? That's my number one question. That's the money man. Money man supposed to not do that. Other niggas, but everybody know how Pop energy was. That nigga go from a 0 to 100 quick. You see the videos. He calmed down when he around females and all that. But when he around niggas, that nigga's on 100. Am I lying? What are we talking about? Real Tupac fans know. I've been following that nigga as a kid. That nigga was always on 100. Laughing, always on 100 though. They knew he was gonna rush Orlando, bro. So the cameras could catch all that. Get what I'm saying? Let this marinate. Cameras catch all that. That's the back end story right there for the situation that happened to Tupac. So they put it on Orlando Anderson because he got jumped in Vegas because he knew Tupac was going to be in the building. If the $1 million bag was actually on Tupac, they got to set it up nice, bro. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? You just can't put a bag on that. We ain't talking about now. Now these niggas be sitting. These niggas spin the block. They'll do other things now. Back then they had to set it up nice. They don't want to get caught up in no crazy situation trying to knock off one of the hottest rapper in the goddamn country at that time. So they got to do it right. Jump Orlando. You're going to see Pac. We're going to let no Pac Orlando in the building. Pac going to be on 100 because you know how he is. He always got to show off and prove to niggas. It's just sad, but that's how Pac is. He always got to prove. If you see his career, that's how that's the way he carry himself. He even said that in his interview sometimes. Now, if I ain't mistaken. But going back to what I was saying, they knew he was going to rush that nigga, bro. They knew that. That's why this is conspiracy on the death row side, because it's like, yo, why the hell y'all gonna let Tupac do that? When it's 100 of y'all niggas, this is mad blood, all them mob niggas. Big bodyguard, come on, it's mad niggas. But we all seen the clip, bro. There's no reason why Suge and Pop should have been doing that. Other niggas should have been on Orlando Anderson. Pause. That's why this whole situation is like a twist. If the $1 million bag was actually on Pop, that was the perfect way of getting his attention. Orlando, take your little tall, skinny ass over there at that Vegas. And if you look at the damn video, he just standing in front of the goddamn camera. It's a coincidence here. Around the cops, he in front of the camera. They see him. What Pac do? Boom, rush him. That's where we get the infamous clip. Them niggas, I mean, putting hands and feet on him while he on the floor or whatever. But my thing is, why would y'all let Pac do that? That's the conspiracy part, allegedly. I mean, that's that little theory part. The $1 million bag, they did it the perfect way. Now we got Pac, I mean, doing all this on camera. Now that when we knock him off, come on. But nah, Keefe D said they caught Pac slipping with the females. I think that was some BS too, to be honest. I think they used them females as a bait. Let's get to that part. There was some more going on in that back end, bro, for them to catch Pac and Suge at that light. And nobody had no weapons on them. You know, that's the infamous story too. No security guard did. Only one security guard had a weapon. That's crazy.
Cause somebody told.
Do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, and make sure you share this video.
Cause somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge not gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance.
We're going to go back. Now, Gene's saying that Puff got a call. He talked to somebody and they told him this. These niggas got to go. They messing up. I mean, even though the money was flowing in with that rap beef and all that, but they were playing with fire. They didn't want that to continue. They knew Pac was the... I mean, Big is a different story. They might have would have calmed down Big, but everybody know Big was going to leave Diddy. That's all documented. So many people... That's in the air. But with the Pac situation, they couldn't control Pac. We all know that. So when Gene said this, it's like a 75%. I believe it because they couldn't control Pac. And with Pac was Suge, them two niggas together, it was too much going on. Imagine them two niggas were still alive in 5 years. Now, 5 years later, going into the 2000s, them niggas would have been in the 2000 era. Just paint that picture. It would have been, man, it would have been some nasty work out here in the goddamn hip-hop industry. Let's get to that part.
Because somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge not gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
Exactly. Because Big would have seen how Diddy was. He already seen that. Now, remember when I go back to this? When I went back to the clip and at the end, when Gene said Big was on Puff's side, because at the end of the day, that's who he signed to with the Biggie and all that Puff, with the Biggie and Pac situation, the quad situation. When Gene said Puff showed Big how to get money, Big did the same thing with his own camp. That's why they was going to go sign with somebody else. The Rivera Entertainment. Go do y'all research. Like I said, I've been did videos about this situation. I've been on this topic. But going back to the 77, going back to this $1 million bag though, it's possible. And I believe that at the end of the day, you got to eliminate, you got to terminate, you got to delete your image. You got to get them up out of it because you can't continue letting this happen. You can't continue letting this go on. Your artist already talking about allegedly Biggie talking about leaving you. Now you got Suge and Pac on you. Pac was gonna leave Suge. We don't know. That was always the rumor. But with Pac still alive, Puff wouldn't have been where he at. You crazy. And I stand on that. I stand on that. When Pac still alive, Puff would be no. He had to, man. Listen, somebody had to get Pac out of here. I'm gonna put it in that term. Somebody. And if it was Diddy with the $1 million, allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged. If it was Diddy with that $1 million, that dude Zip allegedly has something to do with it also. Because Keefe D brings something. How the hell Keefe D knows Zip? Let's go back to this one more clip, man.
Keefe D had everybody.
Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't.
Keefe D had everybody thinking that he was given a proffer agreement. And we come to find out he was never given a proffer agreement. That the Las Vegas Police Department is not using anything that was told by Greg Kading. But here we got the New York Times and everybody quote.
Now that's Greg Kading. That's the one that Keefe brought up in the beginning of the clip that I showed you on the news when he was at court, saying that, yo, how the hell y'all gonna use some 15 years from now? Greg Caton, he felt like Greg Caton set him up for the bait. That's Greg Caton back then. And a lot of people say Greg Caton did a lot of mixing the case up a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like accusing other. He was on point on certain situations, but he was kind of off on a lot also. If that makes sense. Let's go back though.
Keefe D had everybody thinking that he was given a proffer agreement. And we come to find out he was never given a proffer agreement. That the Las Vegas Police Department is not using anything that was told by Greg Caton. But here we got the New York Times and everybody quoting him when his own agency would not use the information he brought to them to bring anybody to justice. What we need to do, and I've said it this before, you always follow the money. You mentioned that Puff said that he was going to give somebody $1 million. I told you I seen a check for $1 million. Zip pulled it out of his right back pocket and showed it to us. He told us for a record company. The record company was tied to Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henchman, Blackground Records. So why did he give Zip $1 million? Show where he earned $1 million for a record company.
Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy Henchman was connected with Puff also. It goes back to the quad. Jimmy didn't ever like the Pac. That's why I said I could be here all day, but go do y'all read. This been going on too many years, man. If Diddy allegedly has something to do with this, so be it, man. Everybody already know he ain't never liked Pac. Nigga wanted to be like Pac. Let's get to that. Pac wore Versace. That nigga started wearing Versace. What we talking about here? Come on, bro. And they knew each other before Pac and Big even met. That part. Goes back to Uptown Records. Big wasn't down with Big and Puff. Big didn't even know Puff back then when Puff was down with Uptown Records. He ain't meet Puff. He ain't meet on Puff till he got Bad Boys. And I already explained allegedly how Bad Boy got started. Rest in peace, Wolf, Zip, and a couple other people loaned that nigga that money. That part. And he found one of the goats of the hip hop, Biggie. Turned that nigga to one of the greatest. As far as him producing the beats and all that, but Biggie already had, you get what I'm saying? But you got to credit Pac, because Pac told Big about Puff. Yo, don't sign with that nigga, bro. What'd he do? He signed with that nigga. When he got locked up and all that, that's Big blew up. That's all the hits that we got with Big, you know what I mean? Then Pac came home. Should play the chess move. Nasty work out here, man. And y'all gotta understand, when he brought Pac home, their money kind of went down a little bit. When Pac was inside jail, them niggas' money was going up. Bad Boy was going crazy. Pac came home. You know Pac is a studio junkie. That nigga be in that studio all day. That's why he always say that Dog Pound, them niggas was lazy and all that. Dr. Dre, them niggas lazy. Why you think Pac used to be talking like that? All them hits that we got from the death row era of Tupac, that nigga, you gotta understand, man, Pac was only on death row for only like 8 months. He wasn't even on death row for a year, I think, if I am mistaken. He gave us all them hits on death row in a short term. Bombed on Bad Boy. What we talking about? And I was a Biggie fan, but man, Pac was coming with them. He was coming with them heaters. Coming with heaters after heaters after. He was bombing on them niggas. You don't think that Diddy don't want to stop that? What are we talking about here? You don't think Diddy want to stop that? Oh man, listen, I'm putting him in the exactly. Let me get with the old heads, the old G's and all that zipping all these. Yo, how the hell Keefe D knows zipping on all them niggas? That part, like dude said. It's to a point that, man, Puff got to take some type of accountability with this Diddy, on with the Pac situation. They got to prosecute this nigga something. They got to bring him in again. They got to do something. Because it's just too much. It's too many clues in there that he's involved, bro. Too many. And then you got the goddamn bodyguard that's speaking about this, saying that he's seeing $1 million check, meaning Big G. Nasty work out here, man. And you know what's tiring about this situation? This shit been going on for 27 years now, man. I was a teenager when this shit happened. A young teen as that. Let's get to that part.
The boy Puffy called me, though. Puffy called me back in the day. Shout out the big boy. He hit me up. He was like, yo, man, you know, Puffy, see, they want to talk to you about the whole situation about your brother. He's like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's, you know, I know who you are, but we never met. And I just want to call you man to man, let you know that I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's death. And, you know, especially back then, I wanted all the information I could get.
Yeah, that sounds like a guy that's guilty, man. Him calling you trying to plead his innocence. It's just too many attachments to Diddy, man. At some point, you got to start looking like, yo, what's going on? I mean, when Tupac got shot at Quad, you know, they was talking about Diddy. When Tupac got killed in Vegas, they was talking about Diddy. At some point, man, you got to start looking at him like, yo, what's going on, yo?
What's going on with him? That's why, but you know, we all know it's the money. It's the money to connect. And then you got to understand what Gene said also. Diddy, somebody told Diddy, man, they got to go. Suge got to go to jail. Them two niggas, them niggas got to go. We're a profit out of these niggas when they dead. That turn. You know how to make more money when you're dead. But allegedly, they had to go. Allegedly. And what we get? We got Suge locked up, right? And them two got knocked off. It's crazy how when Gene said that, that's exactly how that happened. And this dude, Gene, been saying this shit since in the early 2000s. That's the crazy part. He said somebody told Puff and Puff told Gene, like, yo, man, I don't care if Suge go to jail. I don't care if Pac got to die. I don't care if Big, man, this shit got to stop. Allegedly.
Because somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac got to die, Big got to die. And Suge not going to go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
There was a big influence in hip hop. Once you learn how to get the money, like how Big did, started Junior Mafia, went to Rivera, got them a contract over there. That part. Why you think Diddy was mad at Big when he was writing on rhymes for Kim and all that? Because Diddy wasn't profiting out of that. Big was profiting out of that because with Junior Mafia and all that, they were signed with Rivera. Go do your research on entertainment. That nigga was about to sign Big, Cam, all them niggas. Them niggas about to get to the bag, nigga. How you think the commission was about to happen? That album, that infamous album that we always heard that Jay-Z and Big was going to do. It was going to be under entertainment. Before under Jay-Z, before they got in their little beat. That's the dude that Jay-Z allegedly stabbed and all that. You know, that little story with Jay-Z. That's Go do your research. He was on Vlad TV and all that. Rivera. Old head, get money dude, allegedly. I don't want to talk about it, but I mean, go do your research. North Carolina, Trish Big was talking. Yeah, that's part of That part. What we talking about? What we talking about? Shout out to Brooklyn. What we talking about? They know But anyway, like I said, man, if that was true, Puff was part of the plan with them. Get Suge out, because Suge was too much of a force in this industry, and we all know that, and we seen it with our own eyes. Too much of a force. His own artists were scared of him. What we talking about? Snoop was scared of his ass. Know what I mean? So you know that tell you. Look at Snoop now, though. Kumbaya now, because Suge, know what I mean? Because they shut Suge down. Yeah, everything is in front of our eyes. That's the crazy part. We're going to lock Suge up because of that casino situation and all this, shut his money down. And by the time he come on, his money going to be low. That part came on, caught that little other case that he's in now. Money low, can't afford big-time lawyers. They know what they doing. Now all this is going down on Diddy now. It seemed like there's an expiring. It seemed like it's an expiration date for these niggas. 30 years later, everything started coming out on these niggas. That's what it's starting to look like. If you ain't passed away. And the crazy part about it, with the $1 million bag situation, we can't even ask Zip or anybody else because them dudes passed away. So the only ones alive is Puff. Let that marinate. And Suge. And Keefe D. And Keefe D on his last legs. I did a video about this. Go check that out. Won't be surprised one day y'all wake up, Keefe D ain't here no more, allegedly. Let's get to that part. We done seen all that happen while these niggas locked up. I don't know, man. I'm telling y'all, it's nasty work out here, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of talking about this situation, but every time it come up, it's like you gotta still continue talking about it because it's an unsolved mystery. this and the Biggie. We just get documentaries, we get him and him, so and so, we get all that BS. But we know with the Tupac situation, this nigga, come on, allegedly. Diddy put the bag on Pop, man. What we talking about here? And maybe Biggie, and everything I speak on is alleged over here. I don't know, gang. Do me a favor, comment below, man. Make sure y'all comment, tell me y'all theory, man. I'm up out of here. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this on video on all platforms, share the video, subscribe, smash the like button. It's right there. It's free. It ain't gonna hurt or cost you. Try to get your membership, get your badge, Team Smoke. Y'all know y'all know the slogan, man. If they know, they know. I'm up out of here, man. Rest in peace, Pop. Rest in peace, Big, man. Salute, gang.